Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Xanthus Game. We're here in Rogue Soulstone, and we are, sorry, not Rogue Soulstone, Soulstone Survivors. And we're doing another challenge run. This particular one, they want us to run Ground Slam and Firewall, and then beef the area of effect up on those as much as possible. We are banned from being able to use any sort of projectile abilities. We can use ranged, but we cannot use projectile. So we're going to see what we can cobble together here and make for a good run. Hopefully we get something going. We'll see. Let's banish that because we're not going to want it. I'll take agility. A little bit of movement speed's good because that will allow us to take Leviathan later if we want to. Area of effect on Ground Slam fits the theme of the challenge, so we'll take that. Let's go ahead and just back ourselves kind of into a corner here so we can optimize the killing space as much as possible. Works out really well with the heavy strike that we have as our default ability here. I'm not a big fan of any of those. Let's re-roll it. Piercing Shout is decent. Let's go ahead and take that. Come on. Shout it on out. These are the things that I dream about. Come on. 10% area of effect. I'll take that. We're at 148. We're sub 2 minutes, so I'll take a green experience buff. That sounds great to me. Let's go ahead and go back in our corner. Put baby in the corner here. We'll have to be fully in the corner, I guess, because we do have a little bit of 360 coverage with the ground slam. Thrust is a pretty solid skill to take for now. Probably end up replacing it later, but that's perfectly fine. Perhaps we keep it. I'll take another magnetic. We're still under 2 minutes, or right around 2 minutes. That'll be the last magnetic I take unless I see blue ones. Alright, damage increase on heavy strike is kind of a no-brainer since it's our primary ability and it's going to stack up over time. We're definitely going to invest in that. It also applies bleed, which increases our crit chance. That elite we're fighting right now had 20 crit chance on him just through bleed, so that's really good. I'll go ahead and take might. That'll probably get replaced with bloodlust later, but might for now is perfectly fine. More damage on our ground slam sounds great. 533, not terrible. Our basic sweep's hitting for 246, so that's twice as strong as our basic sweep. Looks like we get 3 sweeps off for every ground slam, or maybe a little bit more. Oh, there's a blue magnetic, we'll take that. 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, quite a bit more. 5, 6, 7, 8, oh my goodness. Area of effect on ground slam, 9, 10. So 10 sweeps for every 1 ground slam. Sweeps hit for 285. That's 2,800 damage on the sweeps and 500 damage on the ground slam. Doesn't seem worth it yet, but hopefully we get there to a point where it gets worth it later. We'll see. Either way, it's a mandatory skill, so we might as well invest in it. Double cast on instants. Here we go, baby. Here we go. So we have to grab anything instant, and this just made us a whole heck of a lot stronger. Beautiful. Beautiful. And suddenly we are just killing machines, basically. I'm going to re-roll this one. Area of effect on ground slam sounds great. Mostly because I have to take it if I see it, so... Might as well then, right? Attack speed on ground slam. Sure, let's just ground slam the heck out of things. Let's make this a ability worthy of the awesome spell art that goes with it. Alright, we need... I don't want to grab the increased duration on might because that's going to get replaced with bloodlust probably. Is it? Yeah, it is. It is. Let's banish the white magnetic. 10% area effect. I will settle for that. That sounds good. Looks like our ground slam is now hitting for about 1,000, so that's not bad. Brutal strikes gives us a 50% chance to bleed whenever we crit. That's great. We definitely want our bleed up as high as possible. 20% attack speed on our double cast is just going to make us hit even harder, even more often. 30% damage increase on Leviathan is fine because we're mostly staying in the corner here. 10% overall attack speed. I think I'll take over the 30% heavy strike. I want to really get that that ground slam to be near permanent uptime, or as close to it as possible. Or at the very least, get everything else just firing off all the time. We're going to need Bloodlust, obviously, to do that, though. So hopefully we find that relatively soon. We are definitely shredding the heck out of enemies, though. Let's banish Indomitable, because we're not going to take that ever. I guess I'll take 30% damage on Heavy Strike. Why not? It's actually going to end up doing close to 4 or 5 million by the end of this run, I'm sure, so... 10% more attack speed sounds great. We need to get Flame Wall in here still, so we'll have to replace Thrust with Flame Wall in order to meet the challenge criteria. Leviathan 20% is decent. We're starting to move very slowly though, so I need to either take an agility to counteract it. Let's go and do that. I'd say, or get an extra dash, but agility presented itself right away, so we'll take that. 15% crit chance is always good. Our crit chance is currently sitting at about 50%. That's pretty good. 20% more area of effect on Ground Slam. Let's go. Our Ground Slam is now level 8, which means it's just by default hitting quite a bit harder, so that's great. Vicious Strikes, 100% crit chance on full health enemies. You know, it's going to be cool. It's always going to be good when it hits, because it's always going to be a crit on the first hit. Increase damage Ground Slam by 30%. That is definitely something I was looking for. We're investing really hard in Ground Slam, so if it doesn't end up doing top damage, then we know that skill needs to be tuned up. 10% more damage. %, area of effect. Oh, there was an area of effect on Ground Slam, but I think it was the same percentage as the everything area, so it's fine. 30% potency on crits. That is amazing. There's 2 or 3 upgrades in one right there. Merciless is 20% potency on crits. Start stacking that crit damage. Doesn't help to get your crit through the roof if you're not doing any damage with them. 15% more area of effect. I'll take it. Oh my gosh, that Ground Slam is actually legit getting pretty big. It's going to make it hard to see things to avoid them, though, pretty soon. That's going to be the downside here. Alright. Doing pretty good, though. Doing pretty good. 30% damage on that Ground Slam. Beautiful. Beautiful. And take out the little snake boy. Alright. 30% more damage on Ground Slam. Why not? Man, how much damage do we have on Ground Slam at this point? Holy cow. 25, 80, and 120. Wow. So 200 something %. %, area of effect on Subdue and increase Subdue by a level. That sounds good. Subdue doesn't have a huge area of effect anyway, but it's a really good ability, so making it hit more enemies is going to be worth it. It's mostly our, like, elite killer, because it applies confusion, so we can blow them up with everything else. 30% more damage on Heavy Strike. Again, it's our primary first attack ability, so it's going to do lots of damage over time. Might as well put points into it. Bloodlust, there we go. Let's replace... Actually, I'm going to replace Piercing Shout. We're not always going to be right next to things we're killing, and I'd rather have just duration damage and duration cooldown increases. Oh, hi, Cat. Thanks for walking straight across my keyboard. That was great. 2 of 5 Void Lords. Not going to be the fastest run in the world because we're not taking Void. But I think we can probably get this under 15 minutes pretty easily. Goal is to be under 10 minutes, but that might be a bit ambitious. 30% crit damage, that sounds nice. I'll take it. I'm not going to get it if I do that. Okay, we did kill that boss very quickly. Alright, let's go back to our cornering. Let's go work our corner. 30% more ground damage, sounds good. Yeah, our ground slime is hitting for 7,000 now. That's pretty good. It triggers twice, so really it's hitting for 14,000. It's pretty solid, honestly. It's a lot of DPS. Double cast on thrust. Is that worth it? Yeah, sure. So we'll get 3 casts every time we get thrust. Could be pretty decent. It's a lot more bleed being applied at the very least. More dash chance or more crit. I'm actually going to take the crit potential, even though the dashes wouldn't be bad. I just kind of want to kill things at this point. I don't really need to be mobile. I just need to do more damage. I do not want Behemoth, that's for sure. Let's banish Power Strike. Let's banish Merciless. Let's re-roll. 30% on our primary attack Heavy Strike. I'll take that. And we are coming up on boss 4 of 5. Should hit it right before 9 minutes here. There it is. Let's see if we can just nuke him down as quickly as humanly possible. And that was very fast. All right. Increase the area effect of everything by 15%. That sounds glorious. Our ground slam is now hitting for 8,000. Also kind of glorious. Okay. So if you invest in it crazy heavily, it gets strong. Got it. Subdue by 30%. Subdue is a great ability. We're definitely going to invest in that. 10,000 crit on the ground slam there. I love seeing it. We need to... actually, we're going to be really close to the 10-minute mark on this one. I'm actually kind of surprised considering it's a melee build without Void. That's not bad. Typically, to get under 10 minutes, you need to have Void. Not a lot of good choices here, though. I'll take area effect, I guess. Let's go and corner ourselves. Now, we're not going to be under 10 minutes, but we're going to be just over it. Okay, we need to be a little careful. There's Firewall, so we can actually complete the mission. What do we replace, though? We have leveled up everything other than Might, so I guess it replaces Might. Alright, so we've technically met the mission requirements now because we got Firewall. Even though we have like no investment in it at all. But that's fine. Let's hit the healing crystals to heal ourselves. Beautiful. And we're suddenly back in the game right before the boss is about to spawn. Area of effect on Firewall is mandatory, so we'll take it. And we're almost at the end of this run. Very nice. Another healing crystal. Oh, that was the crystal from the boss I didn't grab before. Whoops. Mistakes were made. Come on. A few more enemies. Let's spawn him. 30% damage on our heavy strike. It's a pretty good run. It's a lot of area of effect here, that's for sure. Where is Alexia at? There he is. Nuke him down as quickly as we can. Let's see how long it takes. Not too long at all, actually. And boom. We're done in just over 11 minutes. That's pretty solid for a melee run with no void. I like it. I'm going to predict that Ground Slam is the highest damage, followed by Probably subdue or heavy strike. Grand Slam is indeed top damage with 5 million, heavy strike with 4 million, and subdue with 1.18 is below thrust, actually. Interesting. But yeah, that was a pretty fun run. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure you like, favorite, share, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.